Okay, so we look for all kinds of graduates, to be fair. I mean, the key thing for us is trying to find people who show that they have a passion towards engineering. So typically that relates to people who are studying engineering, but not always. If you can demonstrate that you have a passion and a goal to be an engineer and to fit into our environment, then you're somebody that we would want to talk to. So the technical side of things is probably less of a challenge for us as the personality traits. And what we're looking for from a personality perspective is somebody who can show professionalism, integrity, diversity of thought, and who can, I guess, help us to meet our guiding principles, which is we're trying to shape the future in an uncertain world. So we need somebody who's going to come in with that creativity and that questioning mind. And if an individual can demonstrate those traits, then they're probably halfway towards securing a position with WSP. So it's not too complicated. We like to get people to be as genuine and I guess authentic as they can in their application. It will typically start with them submitting their resume and their academic progress. Obviously, that's the first opportunity we have to assess what an individual is studying and their experiences to date. Through that process, we'll then engage in some form of filtering. And the reason I'm sounding vague on this is that largely it's about trying to get people to just not stress about a test, but actually show a little bit of their personality. So it might be some cognitive screening, it might be some personality profiling, but it will give us a sense of the type of competencies that the person has and whether they fit within what we've identified makes somebody successful in WSP. From that stage, we then move to a much more personal level where we'll invite the individual into the business and we will get them to engage with the team or teams that we think they might have a chance of working with and where perhaps they've expressed an interest based upon their application. That's, I guess, a bit more of an opportunity to show their personality and to build some connection. And from that networking and from that exercise together, we progress through to interview and offer stage. Sure. So the way we will decide whether somebody is successful, I guess, is a process of filtering, as I mentioned. So academics will play a part in this, but then it's more about that individual and how they can demonstrate to us that they are likely to be a productive and useful part of the employee population moving forward. So somebody who has and who can demonstrate the passion and the drive to help meet those guiding principles that I've talked about in terms of shaping our future, and who can deal with ambiguity and who can bring creativity to the table. Somebody with those traits is going to score much more highly than somebody who perhaps has a first-class academic record, but who doesn't demonstrate the passion and the will. And it maybe sounds a bit cliche, but we need people who are adaptable and who can bring that freshness into the business, because it is a competitive industry that we work within, and we need people who are more than just book smart. My tips to graduates applying to WSP largely center around them being themselves. So authenticity, being genuine, being creative, and showing who you really are. We're not looking for a polished, professional, fully ready to go individual, because we recognize that we're going to help shape you as you build your career with us. And let's face it, there is no such thing as a perfect employee. So rather than worrying about whether you say the right thing and whether you do the right thing, bring all of you and bring your quirks and your idiosyncrasies and your creativity, bring that to us. And you'll see that we have those traits as well. And if we can marry the two together and we can create something that helps meet the needs of our clients, which, let's face it, are a diverse bunch themselves, then we're likely to have a successful partnership. I think some of the biggest mistakes that I saw last year with the graduate campaign was that people assumed perhaps that their resume spoke for them, and they didn't actually, when they attended events, speak for themselves. I think there were many examples, and we ran graduate campaigns throughout the country where individuals came to an event and they were perhaps there for an hour or two, and they may have spoken to one person. So that lack of being able to sell themselves, or perhaps even just engage in a conversation which showcased a little bit about their achievements and their passions or experiences, that was a real weakness I observed in a number of applicants. I'd rather have somebody who was awkward and uncomfortable, who puts himself out there and actually engages, than somebody who has the best academic track record but who doesn't make any effort. All of my team, all of the WSP talent team are contactable via LinkedIn or via direct email, and our details are posted on all job applications.